Hey familia, Miranda here, and today's video is going to be something very different. So in honor of my birthday week, I thought I would go ahead and, jump on the fun and do one of those, my favorite movie for every year that I've been alive. And let me tell you, this is a video that I've actually been planning ever since probably before like middle of last year. And it has taken me like the remainder of 2021 to even like come up with my list and like finally narrow it down. This is like by far one of the hardest things I have ever had to do because it was just so hard to pick and choose and narrow it down to like one favorite for the year. But anywho, you guys, I've seen people go about this very differently. So the way I kind of decided to go about this was to stick to items that I do have in my collection. So, I mean, I could easily go with like the popular picks, all the box office hits and all of that. But this one, I want this to be like me. This is like my favorites. I know everybody has completely different tastes. Everything that, people might find popular and be their favorites might not be mine. So, yeah, you're probably going to see some very different titles in this video today. But anywho, you guys, so yeah, I'm sticking to things in my collection, and basically I just kind of like ask myself, okay, like, what movies are like my favorites? What did I constantly watch as a kid? What did I find myself like watching on repeat? And things that I still enjoy to this day. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. So starting off with 1991, we have Beauty and the Beast. Always been a fan of this film. I even enjoy the live action version, but I want to say that Beauty and the Beast was one of the very first Disney films that I actually owned, like on VHS and a clamshell. And I also feel like this was like my kind of introduction to like Disney movies, Disney princesses. And so she was my favorite, Belle, for a while as a kid. And I just remember watching this a lot. So Beauty and the Beast. So for 1992, I was kind of stuck between two films, but then again, I had to ask myself, like, which one did I watch more? And so I went with American Me. Now, if you're not familiar with this movie, obviously you got Edward James Olmos in this. He is fantastic in this film. And I don't know, just the feel of this, it kind of reminds me sort of like the areas and whatnot that I grew up in, like sort of atmosphere, like surrounding where I lived when I was younger and whatnot. And so this basically, it's a gang related movie, obviously, but it also parts takes place in like prison and whatnot. And so you kind of have that feel of like the gang life, but you also have the feel of like prison life and whatnot. And again, Edward James Olmos, he's fantastic in this. And so I watched this actually quite a bit growing up when I probably shouldn't have been. But yeah, I went with American Me. All right, so for 1993, you guys, honestly, I could not pick. I narrowed it down to two, and I could not pick between the two because both are childhood favorites of mine. They have held up so nicely over the years, and I still absolutely love them to this day. And so that would be The Sandlot and Mrs. Doubtfire. Like, I could not pick between the two, you guys. So it's a tie for 93 here. Love these. Oh my goodness, I could seriously watch these like every day because I just love them that much. For 1994, we have another classic here, and that is Speed. This is one I remember going to go see in theaters with my dad, and then when it was like always on TV, we would always watch it. Like we would seriously never miss an airing of Speed. And I recently revisited it after, I don't know, a long time. So I watched it last year finally, and it has held up beautifully. So really enjoy Speed, you guys. For 95, going with another childhood classic, and that is Casper. Again, this is one that I would constantly watch, and so it's still a favorite to this day. For 1996, I did go with Scream. Obviously, when this movie came out, like, everybody was like in love with, Ghostface and everything. Remember like Halloween time, everybody wanted to be him for Halloween. But this was just a nice, new, refreshing take on like the horror slasher genre and everything. And so, yeah, all of these, I remember seeing them all in theaters with my siblings and stuff. So we got Scream. For 1997, I did go with Titanic. Yes, I've always been a fan of this one. We used to have the little like VHS set where, you know, like half of it was on one and then the other half was on the second VHS and stuff. And I don't know. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio, Kate Winslet, like their chemistry in this film is just amazing. And I just like how they took this like piece of history here and tied in this like love affair and whatnot. And so yeah, it's just a really great movie, you guys. Titanic. For 1998, I actually went with a Disney film that I find to be very like underrated, and that is A Bug's Life. I remember watching this a lot as a kid, and I've always enjoyed it. Heimlich is my favorite character though in this film, so he's just so cute. For 1999, I did go with one of the more popular titles, and that is American Pie. This was the start of it all. Always enjoyed these, such great comedies and even, you know, like raunchiness and all of that, you guys. These are just a blast, and it's like kind of nice to see how they go from like high school, college, and then like onto like adulthood and all of that. But yeah, you definitely get the whole, you know, high school, college vibes and whatnot, and the whole partying and all of that, which I'm sure many can relate to. But yeah, American Pie was a must. So for the year 2000, I did go with Remember the Titans. This is an absolutely amazing film, you guys. Denzel is phenomenal in this. And then aside from him, you have such a great accompanying cast. So yeah, lots of great faces in this film, and it's just a really great true story. You know, I do like the whole like time setting, and just the movie itself, you guys, is probably one of my favorite football films yet. So we gotta remember the Titans. So for 2001, the start of it all, Harry Potter. Yes. I've always been super into the Harry Potter films, you guys. Back in like 4th and 5th grade, our teachers, they would read to us the Harry Potter books like throughout the year. So I was a huge fan of the books, and then when they started making the movies, I was totally on board. I love them all. I will say that like of the franchise, the 4th is actually my favorite, but I mean, for 2001, like for the first Harry Potter movie, I had to go with that one, just because like I really love this franchise, and to see, you know, the start of it and everything, you know, as a film, it was just huge, you guys. So I saw all of these in theaters, and I'm just so obsessed with the Harry Potter franchise. It's kind of sad though that there's actually people out there who don't like these movies. Like, what? Why? I don't get it, but I love it. For 2002, I did go with 8 Mile. This movie, I remember just absolutely loving it when it first came out. Eminem is fantastic in this. The music is great, and it's just an overall, you know, basically it's his life, you know, just sort of, you know, telling about his life and everything. And I just like the way that, you know, the story unfolds and whatnot. And again, Eminem is just really great in this, and I think that this is a pretty cool movie, and I'm glad they, you know, decided to come out with like his story. So we got 8 Mile. For 2003, this may come as a little bit of a surprise, but I did go with Holes. Now, I want to say it was back in 6th grade. Our teacher read us the book, and then the movie came out. And so as a class like field trip, we went to the movie theater to go see Holes. And like lots of schools and like lots of grade levels, they went to go see the movie. And like unfortunately my class, somehow we were the last ones to arrive. So we had to sit in the very front row, and that just totally sucked. Like I don't know how people can watch movies from the very front row, like, because we're like this the whole time watching the movie. That is so uncomfortable. But anywho, Shia LaBeouf, he's great in this. It's just a fun movie, like story of like friendship, and like I just love the whole concept of this film, you guys. It's a lot of fun. And so yeah, even my kiddos, like after all these years, they really enjoyed this one as well. And they were on a kick for a minute where they would like literally have it on replay. So I'm just kind of happy that they enjoyed this one as well. So we got Holes. So for 2004, I did go with The Day After Tomorrow. This was one of my favorite disaster films. They always kind of freak me out though. Disaster films, like they get my anxiety really going. But I did really enjoy this one. The storyline, the whole, you know, kind of being like the end of the world sort of thing and freezing over and whatnot. It's just kind of scary. But anywho, great performances and just a great story. And I saw this one in theaters, I actually want to say twice. And then, of course, when we come on TV and whatnot, we would always watch it. So, got The Day After Tomorrow. For 2005, I did go with a bit more of an obvious choice, and that is King Kong. Really enjoyed this one. Again, another one that I saw in theaters with my dad, and it was super long, but well worth it, you guys. I have not seen any of the other, like, original King Kong movies, but this one, I like this one, you guys. Jack Black is great, and there's just, you know, a stellar cast. So, King Kong. For 2006, I did go with Apocalypto. I need to see about upgrading this one, but I absolutely love this movie. Like, the cinematography is absolutely beautiful. The movie is just stunning, you guys. Like, the storyline is... It's so sad, yet it's so beautiful. And it's just a very, very well done movie, you guys. I will say though, I think this was actually one of the very first movies that I actually had to watch with like subtitles. So that was kind of interesting, but well worth it, you guys. If you have not seen this, you definitely need to. For 2007, I went with one of my all-time favorite Disney movies, and that is Ratatouille. I absolutely love this one, you guys. I never get tired of this one. I just think this is such the coolest concept for a film. I mean, a rat who's a chef. I mean, rats, they will literally eat anything. So, you know, for a rat to be a chef, I thought that was kind of cute. But I absolutely love this one. It's one of my favorites. Even the kiddos, too, they really enjoyed this one. It's another one that they, you know, had a bit of a kick going and they would constantly watch it. So Ratatouille. So for 2008, I did go with 7 Pounds. I absolutely love this movie. Oh my goodness, did it make me cry. And it's so beautiful, yet so sad. But Will Smith is absolutely phenomenal in this film, and I haven't actually watched this one in a while, so I should do that soon. But I love this film, you guys. It's just, you have also just a really great cast to go with him in this, and it's beautiful, it's sad, and it's like very heartfelt and everything. And so yeah, 7 Pounds. For 2009, I chose Avatar. I know this movie kind of has like a love-hate relationship with many. You either love it or you don't. So, but I really enjoy this one. My husband enjoys this one. And it's just a really fun film. It's really cool. And I love like the effects of it and everything. It's a really neat little storyline and whatnot. It was interesting. It's unique. So I really did enjoy Avatar. For 2010, I did go with Scott Pilgrim versus the World. This movie was a huge surprise. I found myself laughing my ass off at this film, and it is just loads of fun. It was such a, I don't know, it was so fun to see Michael Cera in this just this role in general. It was just super fun, you guys, and it's just weird. And yeah, you guys, definitely watch this one. It's a blast for sure. For 2011, I chose a film that I feel to be very highly underrated, and that is Real Steel. I love this film. My husband loves this one as well. My son loves this one. It's just robots boxing. Like, it's a fun concept, and I really think that Hugh Jackman is great in this, and there's just all around great performances, and just the uniqueness of the whole robot boxing concept and everything is really cool. And so yeah, this one I don't feel gets enough love, and so it's one of my favorites. For 2012, I chose Hotel Transylvania. We are huge fans of these movies in our household. So yeah, there's the whole Adam Sandler as Dracula. Like, it's awesome. I love it. These movies are just so much fun and just so family friendly. Just a good time all around. For 2013, I did choose Prisoners. This film is excellent, you guys. If you have not seen it, wow. All-star cast, great performances, awesome storyline, and it's definitely like anxiety building, and it's just a really great film, you guys. If you have not seen it, you definitely need to. 2014, I did go with Interstellar. I absolutely love this film, you guys. The cinematography is stunning. The story, it is a slow burn, but it is so worth every single freaking minute. Like, I love this movie, you guys. And I'm usually not one who's super into like space movies. But this one, you totally get that feel and like the slowness and everything of just what it's like in space, and just the whole storyline, like I said, that goes along with this is just, it's really, really good, you guys. So I highly recommend this one if you have not seen it. Just everything, like the whole life in space and whatnot. It's beautiful. For 2015, I chose Straight Outta Compton. So yeah, great music in this. You guys are familiar, with the music and with the story of NWA, this movie is the shit. So love it. For 2016, I chose Suicide Squad. Yes, I do like this one, you guys. I really do. I actually prefer this one over the 2021 version, to be honest. I love all the character chemistry in this film, and it's just so much fun. And obviously, the whole like Joker, Harley Quinn love story and everything, like it just ties in nicely, and it's just a blast of a film. Great cast, and it's just loads of fun, you guys. So Suicide Squad, I know lots of people do not like this one, but I absolutely love it. For 2017, I went with Get Out. This movie is crazy. It's a trip. I know lots of people really enjoyed this one, and I know I sure did. Yeah, man, it's way crazy. So Get Out. For 2018, this is another one that's probably going to be a little bit obvious. I did go with A Quiet Place. And I actually just recently watched this last year, and it's amazing, you guys. It's brilliant. So enough said there. For 2019, I did go with Jojo Rabbit. Another one kind of obvious there. Absolutely love this movie. I raved about it in like several other videos and whatnot. So yeah, this one, saw it on the plane back in 2020, right? It came out in 2019, but I didn't see it till 2020. And so yeah, I saw it on the plane, and it's just a great little like dark comedy, but it's also sad. It's, dramatic, and it's actually really funny too, you guys. Like, I was surprised. Like, I cannot like contain myself from like laughing on the airplane. So, but I absolutely love this movie, you guys. It's amazing. So for 2020, I picked something a little bit different that maybe not many people have even seen this movie, but I watched it and I immediately fell in love with this film, and that is Words on Bathroom Walls. This one, it just hit home for me. It is about this kid who suffers from like schizophrenia, and it like kind of like portrays the voices in his head, the things that he's going through, and he's also kind of like suffering from like depression and all of that and whatnot. And so it kind of just hit home, because in so many things that happen in this film, like I can pretty much relate to as one who suffers from mental illness. So yeah, it just hit home, and I just have a huge love for this movie. For 2021, if you guys watched my top 5 of 2021 video, In the Heights. amazing, amazing, amazing. I love this. This is another one. Immediately fell in love with it. The music, the whole like vibes of togetherness, the atmosphere, the culture, all of it. I love it, you guys. And it's just like so relatable, you know, like culture wise and whatnot. But yeah, great performances, just great musical, you guys. All right, and so finally 2022, I know the year has just started. There is like a gazillion awesome movies coming out this year. And there's many that I am looking forward to, but I definitely would say that my number one that I am looking forward to is probably Avatar 2, because I did enjoy the first one. So I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with the second film. So that is it, you guys. I took you from 1991 to 2002, my favorite movies of every year that I have been alive. Appreciate you watching. Join the family if you have not, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.